welcome to episode 1, the rebirth of Lucha Underground. This is a name worth fighting for. We open the show with the brilliant mariachi band Vote Pedro, introduced in the episode and playing over a loud crowd, and then a hype video played for tonight's main event. It's Mysterio versus Mysterio, a name worth fighting for, as Rey goes one-on-one with his son Dominik for the first time since their WrestleMania 39 clash 3 years ago. In that fight, the father defeated the son. Can he do the same tonight and teach his son Dominik some respect? We heard from both men throughout this video, with Rey saying he's ready to beat his son again and move on, and Dirty Dom claiming that if he wins he plans to rip Rey's mask off and wear it as a jockstrap for the rest of his career. Elio LaFleur has a bright future across the WWE brands. His lack of charisma may hold him back a little, but he's great in the ring. Big Mil Muertes has a 100-pound weight advantage and 16 years of experience on the young Frenchman, and the veteran ended up putting him away with his straight to hell, a move that looks more like a ritual execution than a finisher. But after the match, the lights went out. When they came back on, Mil Muertes was stunned to see the mystical stone previously carried around by Katrina that used to control him. Katrina has been dead for some time, killed by Mil himself, or so we thought. Could she have returned? Speaking of former legendary Lucha Underground characters, Dario Cueto is alive. The last time we saw him, he died for the second time, but here, now, backstage, he looked like he owned the place. He began bossing extras and backstage workers around until El Jefe himself, the Undertaker, came out of his office and gave Dario the fright of his life. He told the now former promoter of Lucha Underground that he'd better keep his nose clean or he'll have El Jefe to answer to. Cueto scampered away. While Dario played promoter, his father Antonio played king. Undertaker is neither. He's the final judgment. Elsewhere in the back, returning to Lucha Underground was Chelsea Green, and the former Reklusa was telling anyone who would listen that she would not be going near spiders again. As she walked backwards, she touched some dusty equipment and was not happy about it. Then she bumped into an old rival. Penta was delighted to see his old friend here in Lucha Underground with him, but she was less than impressed. She said she would not be running back their famous match from almost a decade ago. And then someone else they both know walked up. Penta got in Dominik Mysterio's face and told the youngster not to disrespect his father Rey, including his name, lineage and his mask. Because if he disrespects a king like Rey Mysterio, he disrespects the gods of Lucha Underground, and that is not something Dirty Dom wants to do. Dom just smirks and said once he's done with Rey's mask, he might take Penta's and show everyone how ugly he is. Chelsea Green looked on from a distance. Rey Fénix and Dragon Lee are the perfect tag team for Lucha Underground, charisma mixed with incredible high flying. They know the LWO very well, and while all four men got cheered at times, Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde were also booed for some of their actions. Fénix ended up pinning Wilde following his epic Black Fire Driver. Santos Escobar said he thought he was free of this place as Angel and Berto looked at one another in bemusement, but Escobar doubled down and said he knows Lucha Underground really well and thinks he has a plan to ensure he and Los Garza not only survive but thrive here. The Garza cousins had no idea what he was talking about, but Escobar always has a plan. Finally, after what feels like decades of build-up, we're going to see El Grande Americano and the OG Americano go one-on-one. In a few short weeks, the two Americanos will put their masks on the line in a Mascara contra Mascara match, which means the loser will lose their mask. Lucha Underground is apparently only big enough for one of them. Lola Vice is a former MMA fighter with a 4-1 record in Bellator. The Cuban fighter is impressive to watch, and the fans took to her instantly. It helped that her opponent Ivy Nile, who has multiple athletic accomplishments herself, has joined the cocky Creed brothers. Julius and Brutus got on the apron at one point and Vice was distracted. Just long enough for Ivy to lock in a Dragon Sleeper and force Vice to tap out. Without much information at first, some kind of Nigerian prince made his way into the empty temple in a pre-taped video and approached the ring. He walked slowly around the ring, up the steel steps, before climbing through the ropes and hopping around. He was very comfortable to be there. Then he turned around and faced the camera, his mask covering his face. It's unclear who this was, but with multiple wrestlers of Nigerian descent on the WWE, TNA and AAA rosters, this could be any one of them. Obafemi, Apollo Crews, Omos, Moose, or maybe someone new. This was an amazing main event with a built-in story. It's not often that wrestling fans are treated to a father versus son match, but when we are, it's even rarer that the story and rivalry lasts years and spreads across multiple promotions. So the rating of this one and the quality of the storytelling was no surprise. Rey was in control for most of it and even countered Dirty Dom's attempts at using the ring bell hammer, which he slid into his left boot and looked for a 619 with. However, in dealing with the hammer in the moment, he left it within reach on the edge of the apron. As Rey went for the 619, Dom was able to grab it and spin at the perfect time to knock the referee over and then clock Rey in the face with the hammer. The referee didn't get hurt, but he didn't see the hammer at all, and Dom slithered into the cover to win it. A strange entrance music then hit, and we got an answer to the question, who is AJ Styles' friend whose contract is up soon? 6'2", 285 pounds of Samoan wrecking machine, Big Samoa Joe stomped to the ring to a huge ovation and stepped through the ropes. He glared at Dominik Mysterio, ready to snap him in half. But Rey was on his knees and pleaded with Joe to leave his son alone. Joe ignored him at first and lined up a splat in the corner. Before stopping in his tracks, his head spun to glare at Rey quicker than any head has ever spun before. Joe was seething, and spittle from his teeth flew at Rey. Boom! Samoan drop, followed by a muscle buster. Dom did nothing, he just looked on in fear. Luckily for Rey though, Penta ran to the ring, and Joe climbed out of it as he arrived. The masked Lucha Underground legend soaked in the Cero Miedo chants, which were the loudest of the night, as he stooped over Rey Mysterio and glared at Dom, asking him why he wouldn't help his father. Meanwhile, Joe made his way round to the ramp and smirked at Penta from the safety of the stage. Penta signalled that he would break Joe's arm, but the big Samoan just laughed at him. So, let me know in the comments. We introduced the 6 big players in this episode, Rey, Dom, Penta, Joe, and the 2 Americanos. But is there anyone else you'd like to see show up in the Lucha Underground Temple if it came back in 2026? Tune in for episode 2, Cero Miedo, The Throne Lies Empty. Thanks for watching. Now make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for free so you never miss an episode. It'd be great to hear from you.